There it is. Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us.
Hey, everybody.
We made it.
Happy days.
We made it.
Sweet Mary and Joseph, we made it.
We were just talking.
Got a new president.
We were just talking behind the scenes, like if any of us felt relief when we woke up this morning. Like, we can turn on the TV and not be blasted with 80,000 lies in a day, like, you know, or some other horrible monstrosity that he's done. So.
I made it. We got a new president. Well, we had a new president since November, but it's official now. I mean, we didn't have a president for 4 years. They had a president, but we have survived.
They had a cult leader. I don't even know if that would even be considered a president, considering that he was golfing half the time. I think he was golfing, a total of 315 days. So that's almost a full year that he spent golfing at his own properties.
Doing anything except being president.
Mm-hmm. Jimmy Kimmel had the report card thing he did on him of all of his promises and stuff, and it was like F. Montag, I looked for your funny question on my community tab. I don't see it. Can you put it in the chat, and I'll try to pick it up for...
We have survived. Some of us have survived. Those who are still here are a little better for it, because now you know what's important and now you know what's not. Mm-hmm. We do have a question here on how will the restoration of normal people, of grown-ups, of lovely people, of honest people, of caring people be for the country? Let's go let's say country. Worldwide is kind of big, but the restoration of normal people. Donald Trump was a child, in the kindest word I can find. He was a child. He was immature. I was telling Jen and Becca, I don't get traditionally embarrassed, but it made me cringe when the world is watching Biden be inaugurated and he's not there. Like, that was beyond childish. You folded your arms and got on a plane and went somewhere. Mm-hmm. But in the same token, I'm glad he wasn't there. That way I didn't have to look at him. Not in this moment when some normalcy is coming back to us. I don't need to look at you. Go wherever it is you're going to go. Mar-a-Lago, Yo-a-Lago, hell, wherever you're going to go there. Leave us to be with the normal people around here.
He got a few last lies in on his closing remarks at the airport.
that were totally contradictory to what he just said. It was like he was speaking out of both sides of his mouth in that short period of time. Like,
I seen him at a podium. I hit play. He got a few words in and I stopped. He said, "My fellow Americans," and I'm like, I'm done. You are not an American.
I muted the first hussy, the former first hussy too. "My fellow Americans, I am so thankful that you," and I was like, mute. Don't want to hear you. She's the I guess some history. She's leaving with a crappy approval rating too. But it's not like she did anything anyways. Be best. While she's wearing a jacket that says, "I don't really care to you." Like, how's that being best, Melania?
Montag, I got your funny question. Thanks. Let's save it.
And she did nothing with it.
Nope. She destroyed the Rose Garden. You know. Also, Trump can have a party that was illegal when he had that the COVID party at the White House for the RNC convention. That was illegal.
The normal people have moved back in, y'all. Now,
the adults are back.
Let me say this. I don't want to rain on the parade, but this does need to be said. We got here because they have always been here. Those people didn't go away. Donald Trump was not the problem. He was just one of the symptoms. Those people are still there. So we got to question too who their new leader's going to be, because they're still here. But for now, deep breath, cover up the deep breath with whatever you're drinking. If you're drinking one, drink two. You have earned it today.
You know what's interesting, Johnny? The donations don't show up in StreamYard.
No, they don't. I got YouTube open. I got two screens going.
Thank you, everyone who's donated so far. We're raising money for Invisible People to help the homeless.
Yes, please and thank you. My goal was 500, so we already reached it.
Yay!
567 already.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for your donations.
So tonight, after the readings and everything, I'm going to treat myself to a big old piece of lava cake. That's my celebration for the Orange Menace being gone.
Inauguration cake, lava oozing everywhere.
Johnny, can we please start off with the candle?
Absolutely.
If Jenny's ready. Sorry, Jenny, didn't mean to.
You want me to do it?
Yeah, you always lead the prayer.
Well, for those who didn't see, Lena Rodriguez, who was going to join us tonight from Australia, is unable to join us because she had surgery today. She did a little short live stream from the hospital bed yesterday. She's in very good spirits yesterday. So I'm just going to ask Archangel Raphael, Archangel Michael, we surrender to your mercy, compassion, and healing. We thank you for an immediate healing with Lena Rodriguez from her surgery. We thank you for taking away any pain, helping any sutures to heal properly, and to restore her to good health. We surround her with white light, and we thank you for your assistance in helping with her healing. Get well, Lena. We're all thinking about you.
Get well, Lena.
Leanne, you don't have to donate. Just be here. That works for us too. Let me just say, as a disclaimer, if you don't have it to give, you do not have to give. This is just something that we want to do for charity, but we appreciate you being here, and we appreciate your continued support. We appreciate your support, period, throughout this. Y'all say that we have helped y'all. Y'all have helped us a lot too. And so thank you very, very much. Do not take that for granted. Don't take that as rhetoric either. We truly do mean that. Thank you very much for everything that y'all have done for us.
I mean, Artie wouldn't have a fan club if it wasn't for you guys.
So thank y'all. But we'll start with the question of how is the world going to look now with some normalcy in the White House?
Decency and honesty.
Will we be complacent like we were with Obama and then the crazies sort of, charge forth? Or will we understand that we can't lose this again? We can't afford to have 4 more years of going backwards. Have we learned a good lesson? What will it look like to have some decency in the White House? A person who actually cares for his wife in the White House. I mean, even Pence helped his wife in the car.
I was telling Johnny and Becca earlier, I choked up like when he was taking the oath of office. It was very real, and choked up a few other times. But what really got me was when Joe helped Jill into the limo and was also holding her hand, and had his arm around her, escorting her into the White House, where Trump just left her back there for the Obamas to deal with. Didn't do anything. So that's when I teared up. It's like decency and humanity is back in the White House.
I didn't think it would bother me to see him being sworn in and watch this speech and all that, because Trump did not get under my skin like that. I knew he would be gone because I just knew it. But when he was getting inaugurated, I was like, wow, okay, we're actually here now. Like it happened.
It's real.
I was telling Johnny and Jenny about a dream that I had this morning. I got up at 3:00 in the morning because of a dream that I had where I was flying. And so Johnny and I pulled cards, and it was I think it was a release dream, like being free. You know what I mean? Like just being free, like to wake up and be able to just go, no, those little houses that they have at the county fairs with the mirrors, like those crazy fun houses. That's what it felt like these last 4 years, except it was like a horror show on steroids.
And I just get those same 3 cards I pulled from.
For me, that you pulled for me earlier.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a little astral traveling. And it was so beautiful yesterday with the COVID memorial with the lights that come on, at sunset, and
I teared up at that one.
400,000 flags. That was beautiful.
I teared up, and it's the first time since COVID that someone actually went out there and did something for those people and their families.
Yeah.
A whole year later.
So we have a higher authority now. Here's Joe, sworn in. We're not having what we've had in the past. We're not accepting it. That's the challenge, just to not accept it when it happens again, to reconnect with our friends and loved ones. There is a change at the root of this. So everything is possible to bring a change, but it's going to take hard work. It's going to take vigilance to protect what we have, to guard against the thieves that would take that honor away, the energy thieves, I call them. We'll know them when we see them, but we need a steady, vigilant guard to keep truth and power. And then there.
Oh, Johnny, you froze.
Oh,
you froze.
Am I moving now?
Yes.
You're moving now.
Then they're showing me that there's going to be court cases in the tower, and the White House will take some new actions to help prevent something from happening again. So, he's already updating like the Department of Justice memos and things like that. So I would expect like he's going to do more safeguards to make sure we don't have someone like DJT again. I don't even want to say his name anymore. I was talking to a friend about that today. She was saying the same thing. It's like, I don't even want to hear his name.
What'd you get, Becky?
I'm assuming that's Joe. That's the man. Is very important and significant. He is key to bringing back peace, to bringing back maturity, decency, honor with the lilies, honors here to give opportunity to high office again. So he's an honorable person here in office, but he plays a significant role in the restoration of this, which the card is usually attributed to the elders because of the maturity and the wisdom and the calm and serenity. But this is also a person that is very regal. So they're looked up on because they're just of good character. Does that make sense?
They have a grace. Yeah, it was interesting because Dolores Kearns Goodwin, the historian, she's written a lot of books about presidents. She was saying that she felt like he was the right person for this time because it's been so volatile. Like he's the right person to bring a healing.
Yeah.
What'd you get, Johnny?
I get actually that. What will the energy be like for us though? There's some walking away from erratic behavior with the Knight of Swords. And I think if that doesn't hit the nail on the head, then the nail has no head because we are walking away from erratic behavior. There is a celebration with the Temperance and the Three of Cups about the change in the government. that we are having now.
Oh, you're not kidding. Those were the same cards.
Same three cards. And mind you, I spread them out and picked from different places, and they came back up. Because that feeling you felt is, I think, pretty much what we all feel. It's like there's some sort of relief, even if we can't put a name on what's no longer there. It is not just the Trump. It's like a whole different energy lifted off or something.
Mm-hmm.
But word of warning, everybody, the Six of Wands and the Chariot. Yes, celebrate. You have earned this. This has been a long time coming. Not everybody got to see this, so celebrate for them. There's not just COVID patients. There's a whole bunch of stuff that happened these last 4 years, and people are not here. Celebrate for them. However, this is self-discipline. Do not drop the ball now. Don't get comfortable just because it's a logical person in the White House. We still have to go back out in 2 years to make sure that the Senate is not wibbly-wobbly like it is now. You got to make sure you keep the House. Like, this stuff still goes on. This is the self-discipline card. So you still got work to do. But for right now, rejoice in your victory.
We just went over $1,000 in the first 15 minutes. Thank you, guys.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Okie dokie. So we'll go in easy then. Me and Jen both had a question. You may have to, I don't know what you'll have to do, Becca. I know you have to phrase things a different way sometimes, but will he be president? Donald Trump, will he be presidential? Will he be invited to some of the little president events that they have? Will he show up at the president's events that all the rest of them are going to show up? And will he be welcomed by past presidents, or will they kick him in the? And will he be welcomed in the presidential circles?
The past president's club. Will he get a membership to it, or will they snub him? All he had to do was not start an insurrection and go to the inauguration and sit there with them and keep his mouth shut. And he couldn't do that. So now there they are sitting there, and I just can't see him ever sitting with them.
Nobody wants that orange stain on them.
Bush, the war criminal, and they still hug him and high five him, and he's still welcomed because
hugging him.
Maybe a war criminal, but he's a person that does not act like a child.
He doesn't act like a gangster.
Yes, he was just a horrible president, but they still like him as a person.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't a grifter either.
And his family wasn't, well, anyway. Will he be welcomed in the president's club?
Anxiety on the bottom. Like, oh, God, don't bring him over here. Oh, no.
Oh. Oh. I hate when the reading ends at a weird card. Okay, let me see.
I love it.
Who wants to go first? Is Jenny frozen? Jenny, can you move?
Oh, I see the eyes blink. She got comedy on her table.
Oh.
I got comedy, yes. Who wants to go first?
You go right ahead.
Well, I get, like, it would be a charitable act to include him in, because the challenge is, like, to love and partner with him. Like, oh, hell no. Hell no. But there's going to be, like, Republican events and things where he might get an invitation to join. And it's something that America would see. So, like, there would be cameras on. It's government, government things. So they would hold steady like kind of stand back and stand down, right? they would hold steady. They would probably shake his hands, but they would never accept him, and they would give him a really hard time because, Biden and all the crappy things that he said about Biden, because Trump's stupid. They would never, they stand on a higher moral authority than he does. They would never fraternize with him. They'd shake his hand and turn their back.
They didn't even want him at Bush's funeral. That's how bad he was when he was in office. So I'm getting here very reputable, powerful men that are also very well financed. So ex-presidents, they're all sort of millionaires. You know what I mean? So that's the big boys club. That's the big money club right there.
Trump's broke ass.
There's the club right here, a society where you have a membership. He's isolated. He's isolated from there. Probably bound to the courts too. So it's like not only because he's a grifter and a con, but also financially he doesn't fit that mold. And also with his character and his honors. Doesn't fit the mold either.
There is a club of former powerful people, manipulators here with the magician. So that's your presidents. There will be a charitable invitation every now and then. We're here with the two of wands, like, okay, if we invite him, you gonna sit by him? He smells like anchovy. I don't want to sit by him.
Let's draw straws.
That's what that could be.
Two straws there. Okay, who got the short end of the stick?
And so, but here, I think that something else might put him in isolation. So there's other cards, and justice is here. So I want to go jump here. The Senate trial. How will it go? Because if that goes a particular way, they ain't inviting him nowhere.
That's right. If they convict and take away like his pension, his security, everything, his Secret Service, everything. So
no more post-presidential secret briefings. I mean, why? Why would you give it to him? He's broke. He'd be selling that to the highest bidder.
Yeah, he definitely gonna read it anyway.
Even Mitch McConnell yesterday in a speech, I was like stunned. Said something about a week ago we were here and there was a riot that was incited by the president.
Mm-hmm.
So he's majorly distancing himself. So they got to get 67 votes and convict him.
There was a riot here started by the president. Then why didn't you get rid of him?
Yeah. Why didn't you get rid of him last year?
Oh, stupid old fool. Ain't no fool like an old fool.
And then you got Lindsey Graham, who's still up Trump's butt.
That's where he gets his alcohol from, I guess. Senate trial. How are you gonna go through?
Will he be a convict? Artemis. Artie's feisty tonight.
Good old justice card. Come on through. Come on through. Justice and judgment. Come on through. Come on through.
Well, I had 3 cards that fell out: the loser and a celebration and the devil. So
the devil. Good old devil.
if they'll come out again. That celebration sounds like a conviction, but let's see. What y'all getting?
So I get something strange. Knight of Swords and the Nine of Wands. There is one side that wants to get it over with. There's one side that wants to delay as long as it can with the Nine of Wands and then the Knight of Swords. Why the delay? I do not know. The strange part comes in is somehow or another, it may be just in documents. I don't see the son here, so I don't know if this is something we ever find out or find out immediately, but his son, Don Jr., is in here too. I do not know how, don't know why. He's not being charged with anything, but the King of Coins is here and the Knight of Cups is here. His son is involved somehow, some way, on a document or on a something. I don't know.
Or at the rally, inciting the riot.
Then I have Justice and the Ten of Pentacles. So I think that there will be some Republicans to go to the other side because judgment is laid down, and Ten of Swords, there is loss to everything. So I think somebody is getting convicted, because I just asked how would this trial go, not necessarily would he be convicted, and it ends in the Ten of Swords. So yes, that'll lost it.
I get a completion and victory card on the bottom, and right there I was like, they're going to convict him. It's like that's the plan right now. They're rushing in to do this. This trial is going to go rather quickly, and I think I got that Sunday night too. It's going to go pretty quick because this is his legacy. He incited a riot, and they aren't having it. They're disgusted with him. So I do think there'll be some shifting of votes from across the aisle on that, and I get a conviction. There are enough light-minded people that see the light, and then I get the Ten of Swords too, and the Tower, and the convict card, the jail card for the little weenie Trump who's knocked down the size, and strength is covering him. So they've got a strong conviction on him.
I'm getting that the results are going to be a little bit distant because there's a blockage or some sort of a delay. Did you get that too, Johnny?
I got one side wants to delay, the other side tries to push it through.
Yeah, because I'm getting a delay. They're trying to block it some way, somehow. So I'm assuming that would be the Republicans, because I can guarantee you all Democrats want that mofo out. But I'm getting a block too. Now, this is not permanent. You can get around this. This might be a delay. They're manipulating something here because they're losing opportunities. I think that the Republicans know that they're in a no-win situation, and they don't really want to be put on the spot. See what I'm saying? Because they're looking to manipulate here.
And the longer they wait, the more the FBI is going to come out with, and the more
evidence is going to come out, because this is also investigations. And with this right here, this is someone that took a self-serving opportunity. So the longer you wait, the more of you are going to get in trouble when they start naming names inside. And there's worry here, loss of opportunity.
I got that 8 of Wands. So it's either 8 weeks or 8 days. Let's see if we can get an idea on timing. Like how quickly will they do it?
Don't trust me, because I screwed that up the other day with thinking he was leaving Saturday.
No, they don't really need witnesses. I mean, they've seen it all on TV.
But they'll play every card that they can play. Like, this is not valid. You didn't even run a proper trial in the House. Like anything they can to weasel out of it. Because Nancy Pelosi still has to deliver the impeachment papers.
Yeah, I think she's doing it tomorrow. She was waiting till after inauguration, I think, since Mitch was going to put it off anyways. It's like, okay, what's the rush now?
I wouldn't trust that man for nothing.
So you got the House with the 4 of Wands, the Hangman. There is either delay or perspective change, and then the 5 of Pentacles, which is pushed out. So we got 4 to 5 weeks, so a month, quite possibly, but after a delay of some sort.
I get the 10 of Pentacles and the Fool, and then I got the 6 of Pentacles. So it's like 6 to 10 weeks I'm getting, or 6 to 10 days. I had that 8 before twice, and I had it Sunday night too, so I don't know what that's about. What you getting, Becca?
16.
16.
16, and then I got 7. So this is more.
16 could reduce the 7.
No, I would leave it at this. This would be like 16 days for it to start. According to this, don't take my word for it. I've been wrong plenty of times with timing. So we're entertainment only. This would be more like 16 days. This would be like 1 week or the month of July. That's the other card I pulled. So, and I don't think that they're going to delay this thing till July. you know, so because they're both 7s, this one reduces down to 7. So I would say in about 16 days or so, maybe. But when it's actually done, I don't know, because I asked when does it start. So
oh, let me say this too for anybody that's watching this video later that's not with us tonight. The fundraiser button will stay active indefinitely, so you can donate, you know, tomorrow, over the weekend, next week, whatever, next month. The donation button will still be active. You can always come back to this video to donate.
If I did it right, yes.
oh, is Bruce Springsteen singing? They're saying that Bruce Springsteen is singing at the reflection pool.
So follow up. Well, that's not before a follow up question. Another criminal, Lindsey Graham. Will he face any charges whatsoever, or less even allegations? Because I don't know about charges, but will he face any charges for his role in trying to throw away votes?
He was like practically begging Biden to get the Dems to stop the impeachment trial, you know, to not convict, you know, for unity's sake. And I'm like, is he whistleblowing for those people to keep going after Biden? Just shut up, Lindsey.
Unity.
Lindsey, he made a phone call to Georgia too, so let's.
How's cheating unity?
I keep seeing the devil on the bottom. Springsteen standing in front of the Lincoln Memorial at the reflection pool. Yes. I have my TV on, but it's muted.
What is his sign? Does anybody know?
Let me look it up, Johnny. Could have sworn he was a Cancer, but let me make sure. He's a Cancer.
Right, this is him then. Because it comes up Queen of Wands, and that's not being shady. That's just how people come up sometimes.
Hold on, let me just make sure I'm not lying to you. Let me look up his birthday. July 9th. Yeah, he's a Cancer.
That's him then. Okay.
I got Trump on the bottom here, the fool. I think he's going to get in trouble over something with elections or give some money. It's either votes or money. There will be an investigation done on him for something that he worked on personally. He's involved. And there was, like, they're already planning this investigation because somebody should have been a loser and something changed. Like Lindsey. So there's an investigation. There is going to be some chaos and fighting about it. His bullying, like on the phone call, trying to change votes. And he's going to have to pack his bags and go bye-bye. He's, this may take a while with temperance here, but I get 2 yes cards, like something to do with votes or money, and he's going to get very emotional. It will take a while. Ultimately, Biden won, but he was trying to change who was losing, and that was Trump, because I got Trump on the bottom. So I'm going to say that call to Georgia, he gets in big trouble for. And because he called other states. It wasn't just Georgia.
I'm getting yes. I'm getting that there was something here with Homer property, or an entourage more specifically, that he was trying to secure and increase and change here. This is a positive. These are 2 positive. This is saying yes, because he was trying to do something for the entourage to secure them and bring them up higher, to increase them, to make the change of improvement. So You in trouble, girl.
I'll come back to that actually. But I get a yes. Ace of Cups and Ace of Wands. There's a new person taking a new action. So I guess this would probably be the new incoming administration is going to have somebody that looks into this type of thing. The Queen of Cups, which is Lindsey Graham, is being sort of he's moving into a different arena of his life. This is now going to be something to where you are also getting attention, but for the wrong reason. The Nine of Wands, you will be, even though the Ten of Wands is burden, but the Nine of Wands can be a burden too, because you have to work. And it takes all the energy out of you. The Six of Swords is moving into, supposed to be calmer waters, but in this in particular case, it's different waters, which is why I said a new arena. Because there's something tied to money. When I did the Kipper on you, it showed you and a man having interactions with money about votes. And so this is you paying somebody, I think from your own state, to fix your election.
Mm-hmm.
So that Six of Coins, you paid him for something. And that person may be questioned, and then they have no choice but to tell the truth because they're afeared of perjury. The Five of Cups thrown out, Eight of Cups walking away. So I think your days may be numbered unless something changes, but we shall see.
Applying to the FBI is kind of like a federal offense. So,
But you seem to have a friend. That friend no longer has any power, but you have a friend named Donald Trump. But I think you are the only one who may like him, and why you do, I don't know. Maybe you like the smell he gives off. I don't know.
Yeah,
but,
is there any prison that has a golf course? Send them there.
That Martha Stewart one is for celebrities. They have arts and crafts.
Making license plates.
You can make license plates. Oh, he can write bigly on all of them. So, but I want to know from Donald Trump's perspective, I suppose. Well, maybe not his perspective because he probably doesn't see it that way. But how does he feel about not being liked, about not being loved, not being accepted anywhere? He can't go to New York. They don't like him. They don't want you in Mar-a-Lago either because they don't want you in their neighborhood.
Yeah. He'll probably never be able to go back to New York because
they don't want him in Ireland, Scotland, London, nowhere, not France, not Canada. No, they don't want him anywhere. The only place he's welcome is Brazil, where there's a fascist, North Korea, and Russia.
And you may not want to go to Russia unless you got you some money to pay them back.
Mm-hmm.
You're a pariah now, so how's that feel?
Nobody likes it.
We're getting petty, and I like it.
Nobody likes you.
Mommy, nobody likes me. The big kids won't let me play.
She didn't like you either. Why she wouldn't have gave you that skin and that hair?
His mom's hair was god awful.
I swore up and down, sideways and across. That was a joke when they showed me what his mother looked like. I was like,
no,
that's a character from SNL or something. Boy, she had a bouffant and everything. I said, you go ahead. I guess that's how it was done back in the day.
God, don't light a candle around that woman. She'd combust.
Had 9 cans of hairspray.
Awkward.
This look she's going for. And she's orange too? God,
no, I think she's orange. I think she was more like deathly white. I think that was more her shade. Let me look my card. How does Donald Trump feel about not being liked?
Poor thing. He's sticking his chest out with the strength and the 8 of Wands. I'm good. I'm great. Everybody likes me. However, it comes from a very small, insecure place with the Ace of Cups and the Six of Cups. Very small, very childish, very immature. He knows they don't like him. He knows he's not welcomed anywhere. Sad part is you probably look within your own family and they look just like you, which means they don't like you either because you don't like them. And so, happy holidays. Five of Pentacles on the bottom. You deserve it. Merry Christmas.
Everything's changed. Everything's changed. Look, I live this luxurious lifestyle, but everybody's turned their back on me. And, I need a new job now. But everybody in America is like, you're a thief. So everybody's turning their back on him. And he's trying to get a plan up, but he's shunned. He's shunned. Five of Pentacles. He is shunned and out in the cold. Dark night of the soul. Woe is me. He's like a little beggar. Because the truth is out. It looks to me like he's going to try to get something in media going, either with a woman or through like Melania's name or something. Like he's trying to get a new start to hang on to some money, but judgment comes up again, and it's like no. And then he's pouting. He's just sitting by his little palm tree pouting down in Florida.
Did nobody tell him nobody likes his wife either?
Yeah.
Don't like her either. I'm getting that the feedback is very negative. It hurts his ego. He's suffering and he feels quite small. However, with that said, even though like this is also saying that he doesn't get to visit anybody. Nobody wants him around. If this is him visiting, he suffers here and he's made small. Okay. However, with that said, there's still a part of him that tries to make stuff up to make himself feel good. It's like the reality of not being liked is the Control-Alt-Delete blue screen of death, cannot function, does not compute. Like
so he's gonna sit there and feed his ego, like, oh, they're just jealous of me or whatever. He's got to have a little ego party.
He reverts to something that a child would for love here to find pleasure. Does that make sense? Like it's almost like a defense mechanism. Like there's a small part of him that acknowledges this, but then it goes to this, where he has to do this to feel good. Like he can't handle this. If that makes sense.
Yep. So
self-soothing.
There you go.
Self-soothing. I had a visual image I don't want to think about.
He couldn't do that if he tried.
Nope. Couldn't do it.
Will he start his own party? Now, he won't be able to run for office if he is evicted and convicted by the Senate, but he can rather gather the crazies together and cause trouble for the Republicans that are left behind. So, will he start his own little clique?
They talked a while back about America First Party, and now he's talking about the Patriot Party. Like, because that little clique, such wonderful patriots.
Yeah, you can plan an insurrection that's going to end up with 40,000 people in jail eventually. Let's go name a party after that.
It's like, go have a rally. We'll just go over there and pick up everybody we haven't arrested yet from the last riot because they'll all be there.
But on the bright side, if he does as a grift, when he gets convicted, he can't ever run again. But let's say that they don't convict him. That's 40,000 less votes he has because they're all in jail for listening to him the first time.
He could try to put Junior up there or I Eat Pace. I Eat Pace running for president. Wouldn't that be hysterical?
Better together. That's his slogan.
I love how when Stephen Colbert does it, I won't do it because I'll get lipstick all over my finger, but he like gets his gums like way up over his lips.
Oh Lord. The weirdest family in the world. As I pull the lineage card.
Artemis. You know, you're such a loser. You can't even do that right. He can't do anything. He's like blocked from that too. He's stuck, trapped, in the middle of it, and there's an abundance of stuff that is coming out through investigations that are going to get highlighted, that are going to make him highly emotional. It's going to heavily burden him because of his thievery. So it's like, wrap that up, done, sealed, finished. You treacherous, stupid idiot. It's all coming to an end. There's more actions that'll be taken by investigators.
You heard it here, folks. Get your popcorn ready.
He's such a loser now. He can't even do that right.
I bet you that's why he pardoned Steve Bannon, because Steve Bannon was the mastermind in 2016 on how to get him the electoral votes.
Well, and Elliot Brody funded him a lot, that he pardoned yesterday too.
And Roger Stone had the WikiLeaks, I'm getting
all his campaign helpers,
all his co-conspirators. Yeah. I'm getting that there's loyalists there that are quite argumentative and like to fight. They're quite passionate about it. He'd have a little bit of support from his base. However, there's going to be difficulty moving forward with this plan. And he's just going to have to just distance himself from it. So. Mm-hmm.
So in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, as they say. But he does have a good beginning here with the 10 of Pentacles and the Sun. Glory be, happy day, as it is. But things quickly take a turn for the worst as they realize he has no actual power. You get the 4 of Swords and the 8 of Swords. You have no actual power. You're not really any good to us. You're more of a rhetoric person. We never see you come to the rallies. We didn't see you when little Sally was selling cookies. We didn't even see you when we tried to burn down the Capitol. So he now has to withdraw from the celebration. 3 of Swords, suffering, 10 of Wands, burden. They move on and find a new leader. So he's not going to have a party.
That's pretty. He didn't get his military parade today either. That deck is beautiful, Johnny. Is that your deck from Poland?
That's the Heaven and Earth tarot.
That's pretty.
That's my new favorite.
Oh, we went over $2,000. Thank you, guys.
Thank y'all.
Thank you for your donations.
My goal was 500, so thank you very much. But speaking of which, since the Goofy Boys apparently have come out and said that he now appears weak because he took Tectel and ran, and he let some old man take his job, that type of thing. An old man and a black woman took your job. And so who is going to be their new leader now? Are they going to cling to maybe a Holly, or are they going to cling to some other little crackpot that they're going to have to run in 2024 with Mercer money? Mercer and Koch brother money.
Ted Cruz, he's like a limp fish that flip flops. I just, every time I think of him, I just see this fish floundering on the sand.
I couldn't be his.
That gift that you sent me today, that video where he was running against Trump and was trying to kiss his daughter, I was just like, oh, like cringe. He's so nasty.
Yeah, even his daughter didn't want him.
So nasty.
It has to happen.
Yeah. Oh God, I can't watch it, Johnny.
He's like, don't touch me, you nasty little freak.
And he purposely looks to see if the cameras are getting like.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah, like at the camera, like, did you get that? I kissed my daughter.
I love my daughter. Oh God, he's so.
You got cooties.
Oh.
Oh. Nasty old tramp, get off of me. Who is this person?
God, it's so gross. Now I'm gonna have to shower, dude.
So, new leader. Or are they going back to Trump? Yeah.
It's somebody that can stir up chaos the way Trump did. So it's somebody that can create the lies and the quacking on crap and just spew garbage and create chaos. But it's, and it's somebody that has money because they like to look up to somebody who's got money because none of them got any. But, trying to move forward when they've got justice sitting on top of their heads right now. All of them with their legal problems, for the riot that they charged into. A lot of them are facing endings here. So they're having to wait. There's so many actions being taken against so many of them within the network that things are changing and they're starting to feel bullied themselves. It's like the bullies are feeling bullied. It's called karma, bitch. So yeah, they're talking, but they may have to lay their swords down. The tolerance level for them will be very low.
As I said, they're outnumbered and they can't count.
Because we will be vigilant watching for this.
I love that. Johnny is they're outnumbered and they can't count.
So you don't realize it's one of you and 10 of us? Okay. Just wanted to put us on the same level. Okay, I understand where you're coming from.
They don't see that, Johnny, because their guns, they have more guns than.
Yes, so it's two of him because you have a big gun.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not brave because when the police tear gassed you, you ran away.
I mean, that's why they have large bags for bullets because they can't count. They gotta have a big thing to have a whole bunch of them in there.
Oh, mercy.
I'm getting that it's the man that is manipulating. He's manipulating something and he's got a campaign right now, but that campaign, if he's trying to fundraise here, he's losing. He's losing funds. He's losing donors. So I asked to tell me who this man is because it's saying that this man is manipulative, cunning in the party, and he's trying to fundraise right now, but he's losing. So I asked for more information on that person to identify who it was. There are several newspapers here with the letter, the moon, and the crossroads, several newspapers that are criticizing this person at home.
So it could be a Cruz or a Holly.
Mm-hmm. There's nothing here that tells me if this person is younger or not. It just says that there's several newspapers that are criticizing this person at home. Because the military is a lot of marketing, so this would be like a newspaper magazine here. What's that?
Evident.
Pardon?
It sounds like it'll be evident since it'll be a lot of people criticizing the same person at the same time. That's who they're
yeah.
They're already criticizing Holly and Cruz at home, but if more information comes out about what inside people helped with this, it's going to get tougher.
There is a very, very, very wealthy woman here. She is either withdrawing funds or she is not giving enough funds for this in particular man here with the emperor to move into the land of light with the 6 of swords. So he may have a trouble getting off the ground for this in particular wing of the party, the crazies. I think they're about to go back under the rock, though. I get these 7 of Wands, the trying to climb to higher ground, but it doesn't quite work here with the 10 of Wands. So it's a little too hard for them because, again, you are outnumbered and you cannot count. So they cannot climb to the higher ground because it is more of us than it is of them. And I told y'all this before. They are not brave. Stop being afraid of them just because they got big guns. They, first of all, if you're going to have a gun, you ain't shot nobody. Not that I'm advocating for you to, but you ain't shot nobody. And then when the police shot you, you ran away. So you can't take on the police. You won't go into the hood and take on none of them. You won't go fight ISIS. Why am I afraid of you? And then there's the 4 of Swords. They go away. They go back into retreat mode, which, again, this is what's happened before. They're still there, though, but they go back into retreat mode.
They probably all have bone spurs.
Yeah. And that just reminds me, a while ago, we had done a reading to see who would be the new Republican leader emerging after Trump. And I believe we got somebody that was younger. It was someone younger.
Well, let's ask, will it be someone who's a little more central and not so far alt-right?
Do we want Republican leader or leader of them?
Republican leader.
Because I always said I think it's going to be old man. What's his name? Mitt Romney.
Will it be somebody more conservative or will it be somebody extreme?
Who will be the new Republican?
For entertainment purposes only, YouTube.
New Republican leader.
Artie's somewhere around here snoring. All I hear is snoring. So if y'all hear funny noises, it's not me, it's Artie. When you have a pet, you can blame a pet, right? It really is him. He's snoring lugs. My goodness, Artie. I really think their party's going to get fractured. I think it's going to split into 2. Because there's unfinished work on both sides. I feel like there'll be someone younger, maybe Christian with the fish card. But they're all disgusted. And I'm getting there's problems with the donors. Some of them are ready to work across the aisle, but they've got they're not getting as much money now. And there's a break. There's a fracture in this party. So there's some that will hold more steady, that will be more traditional conservative, but they're gonna split based on who they're like-minded with. So I'm getting the bullies, and I'm getting the other party that's can't do anything. Trying to defend to get the White House again, but I'm getting a fracture. I'm gonna go warm up my tea real quick while y'all are reading.
Okay. What did you get, Johnny?
So there is a very childish person when they speak very negative messages. Here with the Page of Swords and the Eight of Wands. That is their MO. They speak a lot of negative messages, so they're not a typical politician. They are a politician that is, they like to argue and fight. They're not really trying to accomplish anything. They're just throwing garbage out there. The Five of Swords and the Two of Swords. They're a person who is bent upon blocking, of destabilizing something, of just making things difficult. Again, with the Page of Swords and the Eight of Wands, they're not a person who is trying to govern. They are a person who is trying to block, who is trying to obstruct, who is trying to cause trouble, who is trying to do blah, blah, blah. They are also, to Jen's point, they are very family first Christian, no abortion, no gay, no none of that. They are very, very, very family centered.
Family values.
Yes, family values person.
So long as you're white.
Meanwhile, he's probably got a girlfriend and a boyfriend, and they both probably had abortions. So.
He probably has a goat out in the back. No offense.
And so there's also an earth sign man here that he has been attacking or is going to be attacking. So this may be a person who comes from a government race further down the ticket, like a Senate, House, or governor, mayorship, something like that. So he criticizes this earth sign man a lot, or actually attacks that person. But that's what I get. I do get they are younger, especially mentally, but they are younger than, well, hell, Trump is 74, so they're all younger. But he's mid-range, 40, 50 type younger, or, going up that way anyway.
I am getting that is a person that is not a conservative, that is trying to align themselves with the crazies to delay and cause problems and make people suffer. The lilies with the mice and the cross, even though they're not exactly talking to each other, but I have to mirror them, that would be like someone that's aligning with crazies and white supremacists. Ultimately, this person does not get through. He stopped here, and then he's really stopped here. But their messaging here with the right, or the message that they're trying to put out, is that of shortages, anxiety, the crazies here causing problems and delays. And then with the cross here, the lilies and cross, not only is this someone that likes to practice white purity, okay, but it's also someone that likes to paint themselves in a very, here with the lilies, moral, and then here dogmatic. So Christian, anything that has to do with the cross as their religion, but it's very dogmatic. So I would say a neo-fascist, sort of.
Well, I got a follow-up question. Will the evangelicals change now post-Trump and get back to conservative values and not going after a fascist?
Not when you can call upon the angels of Africa.
Angels of Africa.
It's dumb whore. What did she do?
I was sitting there watching that going, God, I hope he gets struck dead right now. Like
Angels of Africa. You don't get your good white ass out of here. What you know about some angels in Africa? And what is the angels of Africa coming to help Trump for after he called them a shithole country?
Yeah. Exactly. I'm over here like, Shango, hello, you're late.
One of the few cabinet members he hung on to was, what's his name? Helsing.
Oh, the guy that can't see, that's asleep all the time. That's a neurosurgeon. What's his name?
Oh, sleepy Ben Carson.
One time I stabbed a man. Yeah, I stabbed him. Did you see that interview?
By the way, what's name the Ross, Wilbur Ross? Like, did they have to like wheel him out of there? I mean, he did hang on too. We should read on Wilbur after. Well, the evangelicals changed. I digressed a minute.
You had to laugh.
Ben Carson's got a picture on his wall of him and Jesus.
Do you really remember that interview where he was talking about he stabbed somebody?
You're a surgeon, so quit conflating. That's what you're doing. He was not in the fight. He was at the surgery table.
Would you trust him to operate on your brain?
No.
Hell no. Hell no. No way in hell.
He had the perfect patient and did nothing. So no, thank you. It's like, that's what you need to be looking at right there. There's some underneath that orange hair. You need to do something about that. Help your man. Help your man.
Evangelicals. You know, and I'm thinking of like Franklin Graham and those guys. It's like Robertson. Oh, it's all about the money. It's all about what they're going to go with whoever helps them get more donations.
Because that's what Jesus would have done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sitting here thinking about my lava cake. My ice.
Yeah, they're gonna like try to charge into politics. You know, this is Johnny's politics card. You know, the fighting, bickering, arguing, negotiating, and everything. And I'm reading politics all over it. They're gonna keep trying to charge into politics because they feel like they got a lead in with Trump. They're trying to protect what they want, but they're gonna go with whoever might makes right. So whoever's the strongest, may the strongest man win. They're going to be backstabbing. They're still talking about Trump. They're not quite sure where to go, but they're gonna go after whoever looks prettiest and has the celebrity, and we'll get them donations at their little things. But they got a tower getting ready to hit them, and there's going to be some investigations on them too. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's some illegal campaign donations or something that they've also been involved in money laundering.
Good Christmas, breaking the law.
Doing money laundering?
Money laundering? No. I'm kind of getting the same thing. They're ultimately committed to money and committed to those that will pursue their agenda, something that they're passionate about here. It loops, but it's all about the money. All about the money. So yes.
So this is not me being judgmental. This is I'm centered and grounded. I made sure I was. The King of Cups is my card for God. This is the healing man. This is the card I usually use for doctors and compassionate people. There is the Page of Cups. He has been diminished because their God is on earth. He's an earthly person. Here with the Emperor and the Hangman. So the Hangman is hanging from the tree to gain a new perspective. This is the card that is modeled after Odin. Odin is the Norse god of the Norse people. He is like the god, and then everybody else is like a sub-god. He is the father of Thor and Loki, but he hung himself from a tree in order to gain wisdom. This is the Emperor, person of authority and power. This is not this. That's why it showed up. Otherwise, I could probably use this for God and say, you know, they have a different version of Jesus. He's tyrannical and he's small business owner and that type of thing. No, this is God who has been diminished. This is what they look to now. And then there is the Ace of Pentacles. And then there is the Three of Pentacles. And then there is the King of Pentacles. And then there's the Nine of Cups. What can you give me? That's their God is now an earthly person. This is not, it has nothing to do with divinity or divine law or compassion or even the Bible. It has everything to do with what can you give me?
You know what I heard? Because I was raised Southern Baptist, so I know my Bible verses, right? I heard what the whole time you were doing that reading, Johnny. I kept hearing, yield unto Caesar, or give unto Caesar that which is Caesar's, and unto the Father that which is the Father's, meaning all the earthly stuff goes, to Caesar, and God gets the prayers, and we'll pray for you,
Yes,
but,
that's all they care.
All the material stuff,
Their God is on earth. Their God is a person. They're whoever's giving me things. That's my God right there.
Yeah, they're actually able to separate the money from the divine. It's like, somebody shot your kid. Prayers.
Prayers.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
That was the emperor, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you got all those money cards. Is that also like them paying people so that they can have dominion and rulership over others?
Yes, so they can have the power. That's where their perspective changes come from. You no longer look at the divine. Now you're upside down, literally, looking into what can I get? What can I get for me? And so, mind you, also, Odin hung from the yew tree. The yew tree is supposed to be poisonous to human beings. It's the death tree. So that entire system has changed and transformed, as the death is known to do in the tarot. So it is now an earthly person that they get their wisdom from, their things, what God blows and fishes. That's so passé. Now it's stocks and bonds. So that's what they look to.
Or that creepy guy with the airplane. What's his name? The one that looks like the demon?
Copeland?
Yeah, Copley. I swear he's a demon. He looks just like one, Jenny.
He is one. He's possessed by possessions. That's all he cares about. And he told that woman, "Don't you dare say that again." All in her face. Okay, I want to see you do that to some man. Okay.
Can we look at Wilbur Ross real quick?
Oh yes, the crypt keeper.
We'll get back to our scripted questions. I don't know why. I love little Wilbur Ross. It's like, come on, get him on something. This guy's got ties to the Cyprus Bank.
What are we looking at for
He's
Wilbur
older than God.
What are we looking at for Wilbur Ross?
I just want to see how 2021 is going to go for him. How's that?
For Methuselah.
Post Trump. How's he going to do now that he no longer has a position?
How's it going to go for Methuselah here?
In his little house slippers he shuffles around in. Falls asleep in every meeting with Trump. It was hysterical.
It's all that gas coming out.
Little shriveled up man.
All right. Oh. Tell you, it's hard to kill the ornery. Only the good die young.
I'm getting that for, I asked it what's the most important thing that's coming up for Wilbur Ross in 2021. And I'm getting just that he's getting some news from some very generous friends from overseas about money. That's all. That's all I'm getting.
I got ties to Russia right on the bottom, because he's trying to just walk away, but the challenge is who he collaborated with, and I would say Russia there, and he's strongly involved in that. So that is making him very anxious, and he might actually even have some regrets about it. It's like he knows that they're kind of watching him, and that legally, like, they could charge in. He is trapped in it. There's something that these investigators are going to charge in with that they trap him in. And I get he's like shunned. I'm not getting like he goes to court or anything, but I'm getting he gets shunned. I think he gets called into because I got my Pelosi card here. I think he gets called into some kind of hearing in the House.
Start early. It's going to take him a long time to get there.
Mm-hmm.
I got that he is cut off from a very wealthy friend and also from Trump as well. Maybe they all knew each other. Here with the 7 of Swords, 10 of Swords, and the King of Pentacles, and then there's the Fool there too. They were all grifting together, but he's now cut off from that because Trump is cut off from whatever this was. It may have something to do with health, so I don't know if they were. Well, that may be what it is, because I heard needles, and so there may be a vaccine thing, or there may have been, and not necessarily COVID vaccine. It could be whatever else, but this feels like they have been doing it for some time.
He has ties to the pharmaceutical industry.
There you go. There's also something, okay, that's actually the same thing. The Empress and the Knight of Cups. There's something about health here, because this actually went with this. There's something about health there that there might be a bit of an extra look at. I don't think this is going to resolve itself during the Biden administration, but the Page of Swords and the Four of Cups, there is an interest that is going to be taken into something health related with Wilbur Ross, and it may also have something to do with children. So it may be children vaccination or children, whatever the case may be. But there is some sort of tie to health that is going to have a little extra look. Not a resolution, though, but a look this year. And he's losing.
Okay, I'm happy we looked at Wilbur. Wilbur.
He really does look like the crypt keeper, though. That damn skeleton that pops out of the coffin looks just like him.
Okay, so let's be a little extra petty.
Oh boy, like we haven't already.
Why not? Let's look at Young and the Restless, Donald Trump and Melania. Their relationship, and then I want to see what's on her mind too. That's like a separate question. But
It was kind of interesting when he was like walking from the White House to get on the helicopter. The way he like grabs her hand, it's like this. Like it's not like holding, like clasping, you know, like Joe and Joe did. It's like I've got you and I'm dragging you this way.
Yeah.
It was disturbing to see how he like grabbed her hand.
I'm surprised he hasn't swept her over the head and drug her by the hair like a proper Neanderthal. Just, you know, like.
Yeah. I wonder though if she shows such signs in public where she slaps his hand and she's just not having it, right? Like she don't like him at the moment, and she does that in public. Why did he crush her spirit so bad at the inauguration? Like if you can, you know, give as good as you take, then he looked at you and then within 10 seconds, your whole life fell apart. It looks like.
Well, remember at the inauguration for Trump, it only been 2 months since the tape came out where he was grabbing women by the you know what.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Jeremy was coming out, by then, right?
She don't mind, as long as it ain't her.
Stormy weather.
Yeah. You got lovely cards, don't you? It's interesting. She comes up as Queen of Cups for me all the time. Petty boots.
So, magician, there's manipulations going on. It's like businessman Trump, everything has changed for him. Everything's changed for him. The challenge is he knows everybody's watching him, like, so he can't do anything. And here he is, the fool. and all these investigations coming in. And it's like, as far as their relationship, you be howling at the moon, man. I am casting major judgment on you. The friendship, the bond we had, yeah, that's over. That is over. You are delusional, and I am getting divorced. See ya. You're all alone. That's coming soon. That's like near future. Never got a card on her, but everything looked like it was from her perspective. It was funny.
What you got, Becca?
I asked how does she feel about Trump, and she may see him as a like permanent freaking headache. But
so did we.
A permanent headache, but she's stuck with him. Mind you, she's not stuck with anybody. She can walk away anytime she wants. She's stuck with him for security and property here. So it's kind of like, I don't care how she feels because she's choosing to not leave. She's stuck here by her own choosing. So
interesting, because I get.
Sorry, she's probably stuck with them temporarily because they're both on the no-fly list.
mm-hmm.
I get the moon and the justice. There's something hanging in the balance, legally speaking, and I don't think it's the divorce or like their legal marriage papers. This might be tied to money.
That justice card looks like Michelle Obama in her inaugural gown, her white gown. Since she plagiarized her.
Then there is the Queen of Cups and the Three of Swords. She's about to go through some suffering in this relationship. It is, in her heart, it is for the sake of the boy. Here with the Sun and the Ace of Cups. This is his energy, though. So she's for the sake of him, for some reason or another, she wants him close to Trump. She wants him close to his father.
Before he goes to jail.
I'm sorry, did you not see what he did to the other kids?
No. And then there is the Four of Wands, Five of Swords, Ace of Swords. It feels as though, I know she renegotiated her prenup or whatever the case may be, but I feel as though there's some money being pulled back from her or something that's being pulled back from her that causes her not to take the plunge. So it's not cut and dry just yet, but it is on the way out, though, because I think there's just something that needs to be worked out with the moon and the justice. After that, see you later. Bye.
So did he watch the inauguration? How's he feeling? Did Trump watch the inauguration?
Did you watch the old man and the black woman take the job? Is that what you did?
Yeah, he took forever to come off that helicopter when he did speak at the Air Force Base. Becca and I were texting back and forth. What's he doing, snorting in the helicopter? Like, what's going on? What did he think? What was he thinking about when he see the inauguration?
2619 raise. Thank you very much, you all. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you, everybody. We have the most generous viewers
in the world.
And those that can't afford to give, thank you for watching us tonight.
Mm-hmm. That helps too.
Give Johnny a thumbs up. That helps.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Here we go.
This is hard. Bless your heart. Here, let me give you a clearance break, Trump. There you go.
He can swim in all that petty till his fingers get pruning. That's all I care.
Bless his heart. Him feelings was hurt.
That one microscopic feeling he had left, squashed, dead, done.
I start out with the death card on the bottom. The king is trampled, you know. There's and the Pope is standing in front of death, you know. So the king is trampled. There's a higher authority sitting there. Like if they'd only shifted those votes, you know, I was stuck. There was nothing I could do. I tried to get them to cooperate. Now I'm having to move. I had to pack my bags and move. And now I got justice getting ready to come in with a steady barrage of court cases. I'm going to be in court all the damn time. And I'm like getting so emotional. Those dang Republicans, they didn't work for me. I'm like still smug, you know, still being smug and, you know, just a plethora of problems and a plethora of emotions, and he needs a friend. You know, he needs a friend.
Oh, Jesus, he loves everybody.
What'd you get, Johnny? I'm curious to see.
So he's filled with emotion with the Page of Cups. It's running over. There's the death card. His entire life has changed, and he really does feel like it's over. Poor thing. He wants to be Joe Biden. There's Joe Biden, and then there's wishes. He wishes he was Joe Biden.
So
why can't I be Joe Biden? I have a real wife.
Yeah.
He wishes he was Joe Biden. And then there is a bit of a daydreaming, like he doesn't know exactly what to do next with the Three of Wands, because that's coupled with the Hangman. So he's kind of in a state of just despondency. He doesn't know what to do next. And then there's the Tower.
boom.
And he goes and he self-medicates, and he's probably shoveling burgers and chicken hand over fist.
And he has no advisors. Now he's got no staff. He's got no assistants. He's got no advisors. He's got no cabinet.
And he is literally now in a cage of his own making with the Eight of Swords and the Judgment.
Mm-hmm.
The entire world is judging you, not because you're being punished. Again, this is what you're reaping. You sowed all this garbage, you put that in the ground. Now your carrots have come up, eat them. And you cannot be Joe Biden. There's already a Joe Biden.
So I asked him if he watched. I got Success in Love, so that's a yes. I asked what was he thinking. I got his thoughts. Sad news, lots of money, the living room, and illness. So he did watch it, and he was depressed. He was sad, but he's keeping his thoughts and everything private and close to himself.
He's sulking.
He's sulking. And very depressed. Like, good.
And I don't really care, do you?
Actually, I wish I could be a fly on the wall to watch
the Pence fly.
To watch him. Because like Johnny said, you put the seed into the ground. This is what you sowed.
Yeah, and you're getting it all back, and you're supposed to. Because if you put good stuff would come back.
Your neighbors in Palm Beach that you just shipped all your stuff to Mar-a-Lago, your neighbors in Palm Beach want you out of there, and they're going to fight it in court.
Yeah. So let's look at him and Pence. Pence went to the inauguration. He did the grown-up thing.
He did not go to see Trump off, though, because, he wants to live.
Like, homeboy just tried to get you killed, but okay.
let's look at their relationship now, because you no longer have to talk to Trump ever again. Like, y'all's job is done and over.
Trump in his final speech did thank Pence and Mother.
That's because somebody wrote that for him.
Yeah. Trying to keep him on script. He didn't get his military send off.
He talks and he does this the whole time. I'm like, what are you doing? It's like a dog who doesn't know what you're saying, and then they tilt their head to the side. It's like you don't even understand your own words. What is this about? Oh, Lord, thank you, Jesus, for the good karma show. I love it. I do. Karma, you took long enough. I'm glad you're here, Sugar. We are glad you're here.
People. Now Moose wants back in. Dear gosh. Puppy. Moose. What's going on? What's going on, Bubs? What's going on, buddies?
They're fighting. Them's fighting words.
Oh.
It's like, okay, you've made this plan where you use brute force here to try to bully me, and you wanted to have me done in and cause me all this anxiety because you wanted me to change votes, but no, you lost. So I'm watching you. I am not getting within 10 feet of you. I'm waiting for the investigators to charge in because there's going to be some really murky stuff out there they're going to dig up. And judgment's going to be on little bitty Trump. And it's like he's just reading the media, watching the media and reading the papers. And that's from Pence's side. He's certainly not talking to Trump. He's talking to Mother about it.
I'm getting that it's a very difficult relationship between the both of them. They're not trustworthy, not even to each other. They don't trust each other. Suspicious, manipulative, self-serving. One may have done it because it was difficult for them to get promoted in their jobs. Actually, both, really. But it's not trustworthy because it ends there with the fox. Nope.
Nine of Swords, Six of Coins. There is anxiety around information or sharing time. I think they have to meet one more time for whatever reason. But there's also, I'm ready to get away from you here with the Page of Wands and the Six of Swords. So this might be one last in meeting of we're never going to see each other again because you're a pile of crap. Because there's the Five of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. This is basically a release in family, a release of relationship, or a running away from the family card or the family unit with the Ten of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. Then it ends in the Three of Swords. Separation, heartbreak, betrayal, suffering. No more of you ever again. And so the relationship is broken.
Can I ask a question, please? I just thought of it. Sorry, I didn't bring it up earlier. You know how the previous presidents are supposed to write a letter and leave it on the desk for the incoming president? Did Trump write one to Joe Biden? What is that letter called, Jen? Do you know?
It's just like a courtesy letter. They usually leave it in the Resolute desk.
Yeah.
For the next person that comes in. Biden left one for Trump. Yeah.
They say he did. So what did it say?
Oh, he did? What did the letter say? What's the letter say? The letter that Trump left for Biden.
Well, I don't think he wrote it, but
He can't write. It was probably penned by Stephen Miller.
I couldn't string a sentence together, and his handwriting, like looks like a heartbeat monitor.
Yeah,
So nobody be able to read it.
An EKG machine, like
Yeah.
you know.
it's like, how does this spell Donald?
It's usually a handwritten letter. This is probably a typed up letter with this heartbeat signature on the bottom.
Yes, and it's got to say from the office of the president, Donald Trump, so he make sure you know he was president.
I think Ivanka wrote it.
Yeah, I get a woman wrote it. He didn't write that. He just signed it. Probably so it didn't sound stupid. Somebody else had to write it.
I'm just getting that there's a difficult, painful letter that was left perhaps under a paperweight or something. It was stuck, but it was very difficult. Here, a difficult, painful letter, bad news, bad messages, and then this. I don't think it was nice.
I don't either. I got more votes. The challenge was the people that work for me didn't do their job. Like Mike Pence, like I'm on higher ground. I should still be in the White House. And he, it's kind of like see in court or something, like justice will be served. He's still not accepting. He's still not conceding, even though he's moved out of the White House. I feel like there's something about COVID in it too. Like something they manipulated for COVID or tried to do for COVID. He's still claiming strength in it though. So he's still claiming I won. But enjoy the White House.
I get it was something to the effect of good luck here with the 9 of Cups. There's a line in there about good luck. There's also time will tell here with the Ace of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. Something about maybe he won, maybe he didn't, or kind of like if we would have had a fair election, something of that nature. Time will tell about who really won and who really this and who really that. There is a woman, however, that is behind the actual writing to Joe Biden. There is also something about a change in life here with the death card and the Empress, to where he is now about to go and live luxuriously, but he's saying it in a way to where it's like
bragging.
I get to go back to my normal life and have this and have that and have this and have that. Good luck on what it is you're going to have to do.
I sacrificed so much. I did so much. I worked so hard. You'll never work as hard as I did.
Yes.
Somebody like that.
Talking, watching TV all day, tweeting all night.
I get that it was an aide that did it. It was someone that was there that aids to help him achieve his goal, but it was problematic. Oh, what a schmuck. Good riddance.
Parler. Should people get off of Parler? Are they allegedly stealing people's information since they are now a Russian company?
Becca Mercer moved that right over to Russia, her little buddies.
But we said that. We said she was going to have to start up overseas somewhere. And that's what she did. 2824. Thank you very much, y'all.
Thank you, guys.
That's what I thought, Extreme Brands, is that they were asking for people's social security numbers too. So should they leave Parler? Are they stealing information? Because they didn't even protect their own stuff. As that guy said, he got every single post. He got 99% of the post that was posted on Parler. So if you posted something on Parler and you thought you deleted it, he's got it because he was able to go in and get it. So if he was able to go in and get that, I'm pretty sure he got other stuff too.
I'm getting financial losses, big time. Finances being stolen, and then ends here. Serious financial losses. They're stealing something here in regards to their finances. So I don't know if they're getting like information, personal information, but it has to do with money. So banking or something, because it's financial that's being stolen here, and then there's a loss here, and then there's a big loss here. Couldn't happen to a nicer bunch.
Yeah, I've got, like, if you're looking for security on it, there's still like-minded people that are there. Like, you're going there, but hoping it's a secure service. But Rebecca Mercer's got a new start here overseas, and it all goes to Putin, and everything gets shifted around. The data, it's changed. Russia's involved, and they have experts that look into this. It's the government is involved, so yeah, they're hacking information.
There is a man involved here, and it's not the little guy who created this. It's some other person overseas. That maybe this is the person who owns the company that they're now with, or something of that nature. But they're working with this guy. But you should be blocking information with the 2 of Swords and the 8 of Wands. This is not something you should be using as communication. Now, mind you, this worked out for the sane people of the world, because a lot of y'all got caught because of Parler when y'all went and tried to overthrow your own government. But I got the 9 of Swords and the 3 of Swords and the Devil. So yes, they are stealing, and yes, you should leave Parler, allegedly.
Yeah. They want to know who to target to stir up another insurrection.
Let them maroon. I can't. So we did that one. We did that one. Trump supporters and Steve Bannon. Steve Bannon literally ripped off Trump supporters, literally, with his, hey, let's build a wall, so give me money. And then he took the money and ran. And
then he got pardoned for running. And
actually, the money. He got Botox, he got a boat, he got some surgery.
Worked on his little suntan while he hung out with the Chinese billionaire on his yacht.
Mm-hmm.
With y'all money.
With y'all money.
And so, what do the Trump supporters now think of Donald Trump, since he just pardoned the person who stole from them? Are the Trump supporters still gung-ho, like hanging on like a bad boil, or?
There's a 2,000-mile border, and you got 14 miles of a wall built off of money they stole from you. What do you think of Bannon, and what do they think of Trump now?
Yes, since he just pardoned the person who stole their money. Or do they not even care? Is it wrong to rip a fool off from his money? Lord Jesus.
I remember when I read the article, they were interviewing this one lady. I think she was from like Virginia or something like that, that donated a significant amount of money for that wall. And when they arrested Bannon and everybody else that was involved in that scam, she's like, I feel like I was took. It's like, you think so? Did you not think to look at Google and see that you can't privately fund a government project? You people are dumb. And you're in Virginia. What the hell do you care if there's a wall in freaking California and Arizona and Texas, you dummy?
And there was that one woman who wanted to steal Pelosi's computer and send it to Russia. Like, they're okay with Russia. And I'm getting that in my cards right now. I'm getting like Putin on the bottom and Russia over here in the future. Like, they're fighting about it. There's infighting about it. Because they this action of doing the pardon that like burdens them, it bothers them, but they think it's a little bit like of benevolence on Trump's side. They would still give money towards his victory if he asked. They don't understand why the votes, like it's a fraudulent election, right? Like why the votes didn't get shifted. Like, why didn't they get changed? But they see it was like that Bannon was like necessary for the relationship with Russia and the Russian government. And then it's like corrupt and working together. Like they're still behind him. He's still their guy.
It was 1, 2, 3, 4 people in here. That's what it says. What you get?
I'm getting the people that got ripped off now know what social circles homeboy's running in, and they feel abandoned. There's knowledge of his social circle. When the news came out about Bannon with the man there, writer man, and then they feel abandoned right there. Doesn't say betrayed. It just says abandoned.
Yeah, because he didn't march with them and he didn't pardon them.
There are some that are still waiting for him to take action. The King of Swords and the Hangman. The Three of Pentacles and the Judgment, because they paid for it. Even though he said Mexico was paying for it, they paid for it. So they are still, he's not president anymore. They are still waiting for him to take action because they are waiting by here with the Hangman card for him to do something, because they gave him the money for the blueprints and the so forth with the wall. And so they are passing a little judgment because he has not gotten that done. However, on the other hand, there are some who believe that this, with the Seven of Wands and the High Priestess, was fake news. That Biden did not rip them, not Biden. What's that other fool name? Bannon did not rip him. They didn't rip them off. The Moon card, that is fake news. And they are still gung-ho for Donald Trump, for they are trapped in a cage of their own making, which is the delirium in their mind, to think that a wall is going to stop a person in an airplane from entering this country.
Yeah, they're still running the loop in their head, drinking the Kool-Aid and running the loop.
That's just incredible. Like, the guy was literally arrested for defrauding you. It's like, no, fake news. Fake news. I mean, dear God, these people are dumb. They're dumb.
Will Bill Barr be called in to testify?
Either to a grand jury or to a court case. Will he be called in to testify? Because he is not Trump's personal lawyer, so he can be called in to testify.
And Rudy said he's not going to defend Trump in his impeachment trial. He's not going to be the lawyer. Well,
technically he can't, because he's a co-conspirator in inciting the riot. So
is he even allowed to practice law in D.C.? Isn't he just a New York lawyer?
Last I heard, he had not renewed his law license in D.C. Will Bill Barr be called in to testify?
And Rudy Giuliani's not getting paid, is he? Because Trump was like, I'm not paying you.
If Rudy needs to go get a job at the crematorium.
Or use that insurance policy you claimed you had. Will you be called in to testify? Good night, Rhonda.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, strong case too. Yeah, here's the court. It's going to cause him some major anxiety. He's got to really watch what he says because he could be put in defense mode here. But it's like, running in with a subpoena, on something that they lied about, my big old yes card. He might whistleblow on something. He might be ready to get a little bit emotional about Trump. To sever some ties. He might have been a little pissed off at the insurrection or something because he might be ready to give up some goods on him. He knows about partnerships in the world, and he also knows about Republicans involved. But he's gonna be a bully. He knows something about some big money too.
What you get?
I get yes, it had to do with a decision. Either his choices or Trump's decisions or how he acted. There's some sort of a strike here as well, but yes.
I get yes with the sun, but that is the only card that pertained to the question. All the rest of them said he's going to be in trouble himself for something. I got the moon and the 10 of wands. There is something coming down the pike. It just has not materialized just yet, but it's right now it's being slowed by something. And I think what it's being slowed by is cabinet picks. Like once certain people are in place, then this moves into a different arena. And I say that because here with the Empress, this is birthing new things, possibly new people, and the death card. So once it's birthed, it changes, it transforms, it goes into a whole different arena. It is about not just money per se, it could be whatever it was that he was pushing towards different, like the closing of the Mueller report and all of these
lies about the Mueller report.
And it had all something to do with the administration with the 4 of wands there, but the good old devil, he showed right on up. He did. But it was personal interest. That's the reason why you're going to be dragged into it with the Page of Cups.
But he also obstructed justice himself by not, when all the subpoenas were coming out for Trump's impeachment, and people were just like, we're just not going to show up because whatever. He could have gone after those people and he didn't. Executive my foot,
Yeah, the House asked him to go after them and he wouldn't. So
he obstructed justice himself.
Mm-hmm. So Jill, let's end with your final question and then I'll do the deck giveaway after that.
Well, it's actually from Montagad. She was in the room. She wants to know, funny question, Mike Lindell, my pillow guy, is he now going to help DJT be king of infomercials with snap-on quick change diapers for the golf course?
Oh my God. That's a good one. That's a good one.
I got the gist of the question, I think.
John Lindell.
Is it going to help him with infomercials? Lindell, like he's lost Kohl's and Bed Bath & Beyond and Mayfair and all these other companies dropping him.
I bet you the only place that's going to run him is Fox News, and that's it.
He'll be on the commercial. Nobody knows more about diapers than me.
Yep.
I believe you. I believe you.
And Lindell will be like, so the most comfortable diaper made ever. Cards keep falling out. Celebrity cards. And put these suckers back in here. See if they come out again.
I'm getting he's going to be making a visit to the courts when there's investigators that come and knocking.
Oh, yeah, because he wanted him to do martial law.
There's the courts and the government, something that he was trying to help change. There's him, visits, investigators. And he was visiting to help Trump manipulate and make plans and strategize here. Homeboy's in trouble. He just don't know it yet. I worry about commercials later.
He is definitely in trouble. Like, things have changed here. He's got Justin sitting right on top of him right now, like that knock subpoena. He's got major regrets for what he's done here. I do get, like he's looking at celebrities and stuff.
Who? Kid Rock?
Yeah, like that he could try to hang on to part of his business, like doing some work together, but they're probably going to be making license plates together because they're going away. They're going away. It has something to do with money. There's also, so there's tangible evidence, but there's also something about money.
I get that they are going to work together. I wouldn't necessarily say on that, but but here with the 10 of Cups, there's also the 4 of Wands. They will be doing something together with his business, mind you. This is not like maybe a new product or whatever, but there's the Page of Coins is in there, so there might be a contract available. Whether he signs it or not is a whole different thing because I get the 3 of Swords and the 4 of Swords too. But there is an offer to, hey, come work with me, or come work for me, or come do something for me. In the press and the media.
I'd just like to say one thing to everybody in chat and for people watching this later on fundraisers, because the donate button is still open on these fundraisers. If you want to see like additional donations that come later, just come back to this video and you'll see the total dollars on the fundraiser. It'll keep going up because when we did the one on New Year's Eve, it kept going up after New Year's Eve.
So right now, thank you very much, first of all, for y'all coming out and joining us on Inauguration Day.
Ooh, it's a big woo day.
We can breathe, Jenny. We can breathe.
So far, we have raised $2,849. I thank you all very, very much for your generosity. As Adrian say, may it be returned to you tenfold, shaken down, pressed together, and runneth over. And a little influence for the angels. God answers all prayers. Sometimes the answer is no. So
that is one of my favorite decks. I don't use it a lot on political readings, but I use it a lot in personal readings. I love that deck.
It is awesome. It's good quality card stock, the whole bit. This is brand new also.
Yeah. This is what the back looks like. And the cards have gold around the edge of them, and the artwork is just beautiful.
I'm having a calendar made, and the 7 of Cups from that deck is going to be in my calendar. I like that. Let's call it the Jesus card.
I love the death card in it. But the queens, like they look kind of, like colonial days. Mm-hmm. But it's got a beautiful death card in it too.
So 1 through 200, put your number in the chat. If you guess the number, the deck is yours, and you send me your information, and I will send it to you. Yes, healing for Dr. Lena Rodriguez. She is having surgery probably yesterday, actually, because she's in the future.
Oh, that's right. She's already had it. Because
she says she will be well. I'm sure she will because she ain't got no choice. And so by Friday, she says she'll be fine.
But keep sending her healing energy. Get her well quick.
Yep.
All right. So we got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Mary Lou, you are the one that got it. You guessed 1, and 1 was the number. So if you would send me your address, I will send this to you towards the end of the month. And again, thank y'all very, very much. Sunflower doesn't count now. So thank you very much, y'all, for coming out and joining us on Inauguration Day. Go enjoy the rest of the festivities. There's been hundreds of singers, fireworks, speeches. Go back and rewatch it. If you want to rewatch this, if you just joined us, go right ahead. We're up to $2,989, and I do thank you for the Invincible People Network. Their link is in the description for their website and their YouTube channel if you wish to check them out.
Invisible People is a charity for the homeless. So thank you for helping the homeless.
And we will be on Becca's channel on Sunday. So until then, y'all have a good night and good work for these past 4 years, staying calm and staying collected. See y'all Sunday.
Bye.
Bye.